proud Tuko Kadi. Nilikuwa ni cut off OWINO kama kwa Kadi. Like tulikuwa tumesema
haikuwa ati sikuwa nataka kukua Kadi. It was just that my timings were not aligning.
Do you guys know who you want to vote for right now? Like by the time 2027 is coming. Jumi nimechukua niko okay. What's next?
Right now it's hard to make any decisions.
Okay.
The only decision someone has to make is to now try and find out what your options are. In terms of the presidential, everybody wants to talk about that, but it starts from your MCA, your MP, your women rep, your governor. Those names are also on the ballot. So like just start asking around, trying to find out. And as for the president, we don't even know what that ballot is going to look like. The best thing we can do is now look at someone's track record as opposed to looking at their promises. Someone is coming telling you they'll take you to Singapore. You're in Kenya, my friend.
Why do I want to go to Singapore?
Why are we going to Singapore to do what?
Yeah. That's a good point because we now look at someone's track record versus what they are promising.
Yeah.
Zinaendana ama inaka vile tulipromisiwa tablets na uhuru. You remember that time? Class 1 kids walikuwa
tablets. Hawakupewa?
No.
Hi, Thirdwheelers. You're listening to the GLM podcast.
Stay with me, OWINO.
I am BRIJO.
I am Tatiana.
Kwa guest tumekuwa nao. Marks zako
ziko juu.
Umeshinda di musicians wote.
Umeingia tu vizuri.
Umeingia kuna watu tumeleta hapo tuko like unaimbanga kweli wewe. But for you 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Good job.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming, Manze.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
You are?
Yeah,
we're excited as well, Manze. How has your week been?
I don't know.
Umeangusha bonge la question.
Hey, these days my weeks are normally so crazy. I don't be knowing the difference between Monday, Tuesday. The week is long, but it's also short because the days feel long, but then you're like, Thursday already, how is tomorrow?
Yeah.
But we made it. That's what matters.
That's what matters for sure. Yangu imekuwa tu a crazy week for me as well. I'm preparing for my exams, so
wishing you all the best.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Tukutumie success card. Watu wa masters mnatumianga success card.
We can.
Mkona prayer day.
No.
Watu wa masters mkona prayer day.
Tengeneza virtual one. Kila mtu tu aeke maombi. Ama mnitumie tu hizo maombi kwa DM ama kwa message.
Yes, sawa tutakuombea.
So I'm prepping for my exams and what else? And I'm just trying to balance and do so many things, but then again on a time inaenda haraka. Like I feel like I need more time inakimbia sana.
How many papers do you have?
I am nearly withdraw some units, so I'm only doing 3 units this semester, so but zinaendana back, so niko na exam 22nd, 24th, 25th.
When are you finishing?
25th, the Saturday, next week Saturday. So 8 to 11. After 11 a.m. I am free, ready, available. Call me. Where are you? We outside. Wapi? Rada. Sasa mtu akiniambia kitumia tu post ati kuna nini koto. I'm sorry. I cannot. I'm sorry
between years or 20
like hii wiki na next week I'm unavailable.
Yeah.
From 12 p.m. 25th April, call me. Where are you? Hi. Yeah. But that's what I'm trying to do, just balancing and reading here.
All the best. So utakumebakisha thesis.
Nitakuwa nimebakisha thesis na zote zitakuwa 2 thesis. Kai. It's crazy. It's really hectic.
The girls are doing projects.
We love a learned babe.
Thank you.
Utafanya PhD?
For the plot. By then nataka tu kuita Dr. Bridget.
But you don't have to take a PhD like in something boring. You can study anything. You can even study sexology and get a PhD.
I think maybe I'll do something. PhD, I do something with something with women. I'd love to do research on women.
Gender.
Alafu with PhD you have to come up with something new and everything.
Your research enough to contribute to something that's not existent as of now.
So hiyo ndio anaweza fanya something na mambo na women for sure.
Period.
Yeah.
And I think even better if it's aligned with something you're already living.
Yeah, for sure.
Unaweza fanya women in podcasting alafu uji research. Hatuko
Women in
interesting.
podcasting, it's not giving like sijui kama itafika chapter 4. Itamaliza raka. Nataka tu nikuwe tuna content but nitajua tukifika hapo PhD lakini nitafanya for sure.
PhD you have to write like a minimum of 250 pages minimum for your research. So.
Na unajua each chapter lazima. Okay, I don't know if PhD works like that, but for masters now, like every thesis, each chapter lazima the supervisor wapitie wanini ndio uende the next. Si ati unaandika kila kitu then they go through. They have to approve, they have to nini ndio uende the next chapter. Sasa nika supervisors wawili ilikuwa tu a lot of work, nikasema wacha ni sare, I'll do it next semester.
Any prayers for Dr. Bridget?
Pray for me, Dr. Bridget.
Kai utakuwa doctor.
Itakuwa so nice, like I'll really shit on people who don't have a degree or
like
master's.
Miguna.
Yeah, like you're not even qualified. Shut up. Mtu akiongea kitu niko, listen, I have a PhD. Yeah.
Nitakapitia my week. Pia hii wiki imekuwa na so many things, like several meetings. Nilikuwa funeral pia in between this week. One of my colleagues at work ali lose their dad. It was the first time I got at a funeral, like nimeona two funerals like on TV and people like actually a casket going down.
Kwani okay, pause. I don't want to ask it does wait, people don't die at
I know what you're asking.
Yeah.
But let me say, akuna death hit close home. Like the funerals that usually happen, like auntie, uncle, nani. Both my grandparents are still alive.
Ooh,
all my aunties and uncles are alive. When you hawako alive, Ali dedi ni one. RIP auntie. Ali dedi before I was born. So like in between this period, there are people who've died, but they've not died within his span.
I see.
Yeah, so it's crazy. But it's also a celebration of life because the guy was 80 plus.
Oh, so, nice. Okay.
So yeah. Besides that, imekuwa a cool week. I'm juggling 2 jobs right now, so it's pretty crazy.
Secure the bag though.
Secure.
Una secure lakini unalia.
At what cost?
At what cost?
Uko na 2 meetings before we get 9 to 5. One of them is a 9 to 5 to make it worse.
Oh my days. Unakaa kwa ofisi the whole nini?
What the one that I'm leaving. The 9 to 5. The other one it's a bit hybrid.
Do both your bosses know that
you're cheating on them? Well.
Nataka kuniseti nyinyi.
I'm just asking.
But by the time you guys will be watching this, I think takuwa done. The new job anajua natoka kwa hii ingine. And the other ones nilisema there's a project I'm working. Like they know, they just don't know the intensity of each. Because I'm the one now bearing the load. Si ati unapewa kazi rahisi juu bado kuna kazi zingine. So yeah, but by next week I'll be done with this other one. Then it's a free lady. Yeah, that's life.
So both of you next week we are calling you.
Yes. Oh my God.
Next week to shoot podcast. Tunataka kwa free.
Outside.
I know, but yeah. Nakuish all the best, man. I hope
Same.
it work out. Me akiwa exam ni hiri nipite because it's really draining. Sometimes unaenda kwa portal unapata kuna assignment ilikuwa hata hukuona notification. Uzuri na kuanga group work na niko na group members, mtu anaona ameniandikia jina hapo, so naenda napitia, then kama kuna anything tunafanya the next
shout out to those.
Yeah, kuna kuanga na watiaji. Ulikuwa mtiaji kwa group wewe?
But sikuwa napenda kuwa na watu wafanyi kazi.
Nani?
Sikuwa napenda kuwa na watu wafanyi kazi. Like
same. Even okay, mostly when we were doing diploma and earlier in our uni, but like towards the end I just chilled because everything became heavy. But when we were in first year, I will be like, if you don't send me work, I'm going to remove your name from the assignment. Don't play with me. Yeah, that was me. Me. So But these days I've chilled. I mean, the more you like go to school with the same people, you get classmates, start to understand people a little different. Yeah, so you have a bit more grace. But in first year,
katiaje.
Mbona we ufanyi?
I think wacha niambie, okay,
everybody to do their work.
Yeah, but ini a bit sad. Nakumbuka nikiwa third year when I was doing my degree, yeah.
Bachelor.
When I was doing my bachelor's, it's so interesting to say it. But like kuna mwenye tulikuwa tu group discussions, hakuwa na jibu text, hakuwa na shika calls, hakuwa anafanya anything. Unajua kidogo tuli receive news mse ali commit suicide.
Crazy.
Like ilikuwa so crazy, like hata sikujua hata kuchukua hiyo information aje. Sasa umemkelelesha uko, I don't think it's fair. Umetuma messages, utamweka kwa group, yes na nini, but I don't think it's fair, you're not participating nini. Hashiki, hafanyi anything. Kotuwa. Imagine.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like now when you get to know people more,
yeah.
you give like more grace. But at the same time, yeah, it's hard to balance because you also need to hold people accountable sometimes. Yeah,
because
people should all do their work.
In affect grade yako, so of course akosa kufanya utafanya tu, but I don't think miss sijai kuwa na shida hata kutoka tu first year. Inakuanga juu kuna times zenye mimi nimechoka, like niko so drained, mtu ana come through, then vice versa. But good thing ni sijai pewa like bad group members or anything, so it ijakuwa that hard to maneuver. Anyway, congrats by the way, umemaliza shule uko Dean's List. How does it feel?
I felt relieved because I felt like I was going to drop it in the last year because this is my 4th year on the Dean's List.
Yeah.
So the last year, everything was tough, like very tough, especially because of research. By the time, like we had research, we handed it in, then we do exams. So after we've handed in our research like this, my brain just went off. I was just I've never autopiloted exams. Do you know, going like for an exam on autopilot, you're just saying, I've gone for the classes, I watched the news, because the good thing with us in our school, 4th year, it's very application based.
I see.
So if you have a sense of like the concept and you can marry it to what's actually happening like in the real world, you'll be good. But yeah, what I can say to people out there, first year, second year, that's when you should really just be on top of your game in terms of your grades.
For sure.
Because it only gets harder. Yeah, so I'm really happy that I didn't drop the ball the last year.
Congratulations. Wow.
Thank you.
Like, imekuwa even aje kumanuva like what you're doing. Civic education si rahisi and balancing it with school.
Yeah.
Like, uliweza kubalance aje, to be honest. Because hata mi, ni 3 units, but it is not for the week.
Whoa, I don't even know the answer to that question. I just know we've been out of school for like 3 weeks now or 4 weeks now, and the difference is crazy. I'm like, how was I doing this before? Like, how was I doing this before? Every day I've been crazy busy and I'm not like employed anywhere or anything. I'm just going for this meeting, shooting this video, doing this. And I feel like it's moving ahead of me, like without me being very intentional sometimes. So these days, one thing I try to do in the morning is try and avoid looking at my phone and just have the first at least 30 minutes of my morning to myself, like to just figure myself out in the day. But before that, there was no balance, zero balance. I was just making it work. If I have something to submit at 8 a.m. and I've not done it, I will wake up at 4:30 or 5. I will do it.
Fine.
There's no balance. There was just get it done. Just do what you need to do. But I'm really grateful now that I have this time to do everything I want to do. Because, I was also losing steam. I can't imagine if I did a course for like, like medicine, like a 5-year, 6-year, I would have dropped out. I'm glad. I think 4 years was enough for me. Yeah, for now.
That's nice. Congratulations,
Thank you.
By the way. Ngoja, I have tea for you guys. Okay, it's not serious tea, but ni kitu nimeencounter nikikuja. So nikiwa kwa nduthi. Imagine kuna mse walikuwa amegongwa na amelala tu hapo katikati with blood all over. Then the guy with Pro Box alikimbia huyo mse amemgonga alikimbia
hit and run.
Hit and run, like I'm telling you wase wanduthi wako pamoja ilibidi sasa mimi hata na wewe mtu wa Uber ilibidi tuanze kukimbisha huyo mtu na watu wa boda wakikuja hapo. So like wakamshika time walimshika tukiwa wapi hapo Red Hill.
So walimpata.
Hapo Red Hill walimpata cause kuna I think sijui kama ni ofisa pia kuna gari pia ilikuwa inamfuata na pia sasa watu wanduthi wakakuja. Si nimeacha kama mtu anataka kupigwa hapo na watu wanduthi like it's crazy.
Walikuwa wanataka kukimbia.
Lakini I really appreciate how watu wanduthi wanakuanga very wako pamoja cause hata kuna wenye walikuwa nakuja hivi hata wako najua the story. Hata amegonga mtu anduthi wakaja mtu hata hawakuona hawakuwitness or anything. Ni sawa msemo mwenye alikuwa ananibeba kwa imagine amegonga mtu wetu nini ikaanza tu ikakuwa issue hapo.
So pia ukaenda ukashika probox.
Nani
wewe na mtu wako
ameteta hapo amekuwa activist. Nikamwambia tu inachelewa twende tu anaongea niko twende. But ilikuwa such a crazy.
Umse alipata help the guy who
I don't know cause sasa sijui unajua huyo mtu alikuwa na kelelesho hapo apparently akitoka nimetoka hapo kwa sababu amenigonga makofi manini niko guy unajua mse ako mlala inaitangwaje kukua at nini stick kwa Kiswahili nilikuwa nataka kutwanga like a big okay so ilikuwa so.
But I feel like sometimes, like if it was you as a driver and you've had someone of a border, unless there's police there, like you might also want to try and get away because it can get so bad. They can even kill you. It can get
trauma
so
your car.
And sometimes you might not even be the one at fault. But because that word spreads so fast and then they become so irrational, it's normally really dangerous. You remember that incident of River Road? That the babe with the car, I think she got in an accident and they were trying to remove her clothes.
Kitambo.
You remember it was a while ago.
I remember.
So it's like I see it like double-edged, because on one hand it's nice that they have solidarity, but they shouldn't resort to violence. Because you can hurt someone and they didn't deserve it, or even maybe it was an accident and then that person ends up with a really bad life-threatening injury or something.
Or personally, maybe I've not seen the full story or anything, but I think maybe the point of trigger is you've had the person and maybe they're not taking accountable. They're literally running away. Wao genuinely wamemumiza because huyo msa alikuwa amebeba like nduthi kwa hapo like amelala hapo. Na I think worst part is because ameumia sana also hakuwa amevaa helmet. So it was even like amefura also like damu tu iko tu hapo like ilikuwa tu so sasa hata ujue ufanye nini uko na haraka hii ni kitu yenye uja expect kuna traffic like nile I think your accountability ndio maybe inafanyanga wasi wajam.
How did you feel when you're on Anduthi? I'm sure yourself you weren't wearing a helmet.
I wasn't.
And then you see such an accident.
Nilikuwa na feel sijui nirudi home nichukue helmet because I have a helmet. Sijui nirudi like ilikuwa uko shocked saizo uko ina hurry jua akili yangu sasa iko mimi nafaa kufika podcast nini imefanyika then like so many things were happening at once like ilikuwa two way nikasema tu
I normally fear also. I mean, I also use Nduthis frequently, but hey, sometimes even you come home, you're scrolling, people are giving story time on TikTok. How they, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Me also had a friend mwenye aligongwa na nduthi akagonga the other side. Ataka niambia the experience ya ambulance like ni aya alikuwa naona giza tu ajue venye alifika hosi wazazi wake walikuwa called like it happens so fast. Niko tu for someone who's under the ambassador sitaki atakufikiwa hapo like it's scary. But anyway, God, I have something to say. I am proud. Tuko Kadi. Nilikuwa ni cut off OWINO kama kwa Kadi. Like tulikuwa tumesema
haikuwa ati sikuwa nataka kukua Kadi. It was just that my timings were not aligning. So what I did
to go together.
I knew like nilijambia I have to walk. I normally don't walk with my ID everywhere. Like ilisa ilikuwa ile I have to be ready for a polling station. So after the funeral on Thursday, I was in town kulikuwa na tables hapo archives za IBC nikaenda even have photos.
Congratulations.
Ni utawachapia moja hapa.
Niliambia OWINO kama I don't think we can be friends if you
because we were to go together. Then akaniruka. But Tuko
let me tell you what happened for me is wase walikuja tu penye tulikuwa tunakaa, so nikiendea nyama naona watu wa IBC hapo, naambia ngojeni acha niendea ID na kuja. They were so close to where I was staying, so I just called my sister, nikamwambia mtu kama hujachukua nini, tukabeba tu ID and we just went, tukaenda tu tukaregister hapo.
Really good.
Yeah, ilikuwa such a convenience. Wakasema wao wamechoka kwa maofisi, wanazunguka two places.
Yes, so they have been doing that for the whole of April and they'll stop on the 28th.
Okay.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that voter registration is closing. It's not closing, but now they'll go back to their offices. You won't see them in the streets, in your estates.
Because I saw that enhanced voter registration your deadline
yes, correct.
It's not that we can't register.
Yes, but selfishly I've not really wanted to publicize that information. They want to achangamke.
I thought after 2 weeks.
Way.
But now you see that I feel like that pressure really is getting guys to come out, because if you keep postponing, you'll postpone till 2027.
Si hata mchezo, by the way.
Yeah, you'd rather just do these things early. We don't know this system, so we better just prepare ourselves.
Did you vote last year's election, or this is going to
this
be?
I didn't.
Time? This is my first time voting.
Same.
Okay.
Where are you voting?
Virtual na mdomo.
Ukuvote Tuko Kadi sahi.
Niko Kadi sahi, so sikuvote for
but
sure.
tulidanganyanga umevote.
Lini nishaisema? Nilisema lini nishaivote? Nilisema lini?
Unajua tukirewind tu videos tungine.
Wewe unapendanga kufanya nikae kama mimi muongo. Sijaisema kitu kama nilisema nimevote at heart. Nilisahau your part at heart.
Alisema guys nimevote, alafu hata akajiambia.
Ndio at heart nilikuwa nimevote, like nilikuwa genuinely. Do you guys know who you want to vote for right now? Like by the time 2027 is coming, Jumi nimechukua niko okay, niko what's next? Like niko at a point where niko what's next? Like
nice. That's a good question. I feel like right now it's hard to make any decisions.
Okay.
The only decision someone has to make is to now try and find out what your options are. Do you know who is your current MCA in your area, in your ward? Do you know who is your current MP? What have they done? Okay, if not them, then who else is vying there? Have you ever tried to talk to them? Have you ever tried to have a conversation? I'm very blessed because doing Tuko Kadi in Langata, I've come to find out a lot of people in the community, a lot of people who are aspirants. I hang out a lot at the CDF office where there are so many people who work within that constituency are just coming in and out. You're able to ask them about what they are doing, how they're supporting children, elderly people with disabilities. So I think that's the best thing that people can do for now, is just try and find out who is in your nyumba kumi, who is in your estate, who is the leadership in your estate. Does the estate have a chairman? And just try and find out these things. In terms of the presidential, everybody wants to talk about that, but it starts from your MCA, your MP, your women rep, your governor. Those names are also on the ballot. So just start asking around, trying to find out. And as for the president, we don't even know what that ballot is going to look like. Everything right now is so up in the air. I'm seeing Oburu Odinga is saying he's going to run.
The ODM. What's the face about?
Why are you running in the first place? My question is,
He needs
from the
to take an
exactly, like is it really for better Kenyans?
The guy cannot even run to that wall. You know what I'm saying? He just needs to chill. Really should just
I think presidential, we just know who we don't want. We don't want the current one. But then
that's a start.
Who is the next one? I really want to say Maraga, Maraga Jani convinced. He's not talking about anything besides the constitution. Because it's just, we'll implement the constitution, I feel tangible yet. But I know also, no tunaanza campaign season. They have to refine their strategies and manifestos and everything. I'm waiting for that.
Yeah,
and
there's so
to
many
see also
people who
what
have not
Boni
announced.
is what they're about to
Okay.
do. So sasa it's still sitting, okay, Maraga ni constitution, Boni tunajua tu ni mtu wa watu, must go ni mtu wa I don't know who. But
Wazazi wa wetu wengine hata siamini, hata I can't say they are my parents.
but so far, yeah, lazima tutukwe rada, like watch the news, see what's up, read these things and
Yes.
just know.
Information is power.
Okay, I hope this doesn't sound controversial, but are you guys okay with that thing for changaing for campaign?
To be
Hiyo
honest,
story ya kuchanga campaign.
To be honest, I am. It's better than what the campaign funding model that we are used to. Because the campaign funding model, where if you don't get money from people, where are you supposed to get money?
Okay.
From billionaires who, after they help you get in office, after they fund your campaign,
I see.
they're
You have
waiting. You know, we've created a system in Kenya where for you to get elected, you have to part with so much money. No wonder they are so corrupt, because first you have to pay yourself back everything that you spent getting into office. I'll check the statistic, but it's supposed to be like, to run a presidential campaign, you need a minimum of 4 billion Kenya shillings. Minimum 4 billion.
Oh my days.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot
Campaign
of
Amaz
money.
network?
Just to campaign.
No way.
Governor, I think there was a very detailed report, which maybe I can send you and you can edit it into the episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, that just talked about. Oh, you're checking it? Oh, governor. Oh, great. Thank you.
1 billion.
To run 1 million Kenya
1
shillings
million.
to run.
Billion.
1 billion Kenya
Billion.
shillings to run for governor. So why have we created these systems that are so expensive? So let's be real. These politicians who are young, who are new, who are not already in this arena that we are used to, they need to publicize themselves.
Yeah,
they
for
need
sure.
posters. They need people to see their face, to know their name. Right now we talk about Boni, but I promise it's very hard to hear people talking about him on the ground. You know, how will he be able to get through to them? He'll need resources to do that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Of course, there's the other issue of tokenism, which we've become so used to. You know, like kakitu.
Yeah.
Someone won't vote for you. Like as somebody was saying, I think it was Boni himself. When he was running for MP Starehe 2017, people were asking him, "How are you running to be an MP and you don't even have a Prado? Why should I vote for you? You clearly don't have money." That's so twisted, because the MP that has a Prado has bought that Prado with your taxes and not done anything to help you, you know. So there's this idea that, so it's such a man system. But of course there are some people out here that you can't trust. Like, look what happened with Morara and all that.
Yeah.
But I believe crowdfunding is a good thing.
Hata mimi naona.
But me, I have this one fear. I think like I hope hatutakuja when 2027 comes where we'll be divided. Because I think, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was really disappointed in, who is this guy who sings and anetangwa nani mwenye alijikidnap.
Jaguar.
Hapana, mwenye alijikidnap, mwenye alikuwa na ule mwenye alikuwa na picha. What was his name?
Caswell.
Yeah.
Alijikidnap.
So I'm like, the switch up is wild, because imagine we thought that tulikuwa tuna like the same cause. Alafu si I think ako side ya Ruto right now, if I'm not wrong, allegedly.
Alikuwa side ya Baba died. I don't know where he's floating
You know,
at right
actually,
now.
I was thinking he had a chance to redeem himself after that happened. I feel like if he wanted to get back into like good books with people, he would have probably joined this Sifuna, James Orengo, Babu Owino, like Linda Mwananchi thing that's going on. I feel like that's the only way he could have maybe, like people would have maybe turned around. But now he went to continue with Oburu. So it just shows he's really tone deaf, like,
Yeah.
you know, and one day, even Oburu, it's not going to take so long before even he goes to join his brother. And you're going to be stuck with us again, and people are not going to take you back.
Yeah, but
The guy is old. The guy is really old. No offense. I think he's even older than Raila. Yeah, he's the older brother. He's really old.
Damn. So I think I was so disappointed, and I'm like, I'm praying enye tutakuwa na like sane decisions that tutakuwa driven by money like that, cause I've seen even like artists wako State House, niko mnadu like
Diana
nile niko and sasa mi nikiapproachiwa, will I think twice as well, cause you're not in the situation, you are just calling out the person, but then again mi nile niko in the situation.
I usually feel like our hands feel tied because by the time an artist ama whatever wana form kikundi wanaenda kuona Ruto, even if you present it to us as you had gone to tetea for the whole industry, our understanding at this point, it's just that won't happen. But then the problem is you'd still need these people for the industry to change, like the legislators and everything. And I still see this like my 9 to 5 where I work. We really do need governments. Kuna donor funding yenye ukijaribu kupata from outside for your projects and everything, they won't give you money if your county government is not on board. They won't give you, hautafundiwa pesa mingi kama gava inaweza amka kesho iseme your project zero, like toka nayo. So you still need them, but then even as you work with them, they still want some kickbacks, like pia wanajua mnawahitaji. So I think like we're in this string, like tumechanganyikana. We still need each other, but not everyone wants the best for everyone. Because like where I work, we'd be very okay not working with government, but then you can't fail not to work with government.
I feel like where I work, it's the same. No, but to be honest, we will then be okay if we didn't work with government, because at the end of the day, if the government was efficient, working, that should leave me really without much to do, But unfortunately, that's not the case. And I feel like in Kenya, we have a system where civil society is doing the government's job. And that's not how it's supposed to be. You see flood responses. It's who is on the ground, Red Cross and NGOs and humanitarian organizations. Should be the government who are on the ground. You see human rights abuses, who is really, coming forward to make sure, we have good human rights in Kenya. It's civil society. So yeah, we are doing the government's job for them, but we need to work with them. I've recently come under a lot of heat for collaborating with IEBC, for example. What do you want me to do? IEBC is the body that's supposed to deal with elections in Kenya. If there is something that is not making sense about the process, who am I supposed to ask? I've recently come under a lot of fire because of collaborating with IEBC. But first of all, I think it's been very consistent with what I've been saying from the beginning. We've been in lots of X spaces, lots of forums where IEBC is there. Every chance I've gotten to talk on TV or whatever, I always say, we want to work with IEBC. And when I was saying that, nobody had heat for me. But when I actually got the chance to work with IEBC, and this is a partnership based on information sharing. You see misinformation online, who better to ask than the people actually dealing with the whole thing?
Exactly.
And just helping them to mobilize voters. At the end of the day, this whole voter registration exercise, who is doing it? So that's something I'm always going to stand on. So yes, we do need to work with government at the end of the day. We need to work with the systems that are there, and they are for us to use them. For example, why would somebody refuse to register for SHA? How does that benefit you if you refuse to register? Yes, it's okay. SHA is not good, but it's the one that's there. So why aren't you registered? Are you registered for SHA?
Employer.
Let
me say, I don't think without it being need for employment, I'd probably look for,
if you got sick, you will actually register.
Need SHA.
Because even if you have private insurance, you're still entitled to SHA because you're a Kenyan citizen, and that's what's given to you by the government. Last year I had a surgery, and I'm insured. I have private insurance because of my mom's employment. But SHA still took like 10,000 off my bill. Granted, it was a much bigger hospital bill than that, and SHA paid 10K. But hey, you pay your taxes, so yes, you're entitled. Be registered.
Oh, that's so crazy.
Affordable housing also. You guys should just go on eCitizen. I think even 100 shillings you can just register why not? You know, if it's there, why not?
You register for, I really don't understand how the affordable housing works.
Well, can I try? I hope I don't misinform people.
Okay.
So 1 ID equals 1 house with affordable housing. So you pick an area in which you would want to stay. Some of them are not built. Most of them are not built yet. But essentially, you're supposed to be able to contribute a small amount of money. And you can even move in, depending on which kind of house you choose. You can even move in with after paying even 10,000, 20,000. And essentially what you're doing is you're buying the house. You're not renting it. You're paying it off, kind of like a mortgage. So imagine the same way you'd pay rent. Yeah, so it's supposed to be, in theory, it's supposed to be a system that's like easy to contribute to. Even if you pay NSSF, you can pay for your house using NSSF, what you get in NSSF. So ideally, that was how I understood it on paper. But I've never tried. I just registered for it. So I was like, I paid 100 bob and I picked an area. So I was like, okay, one day I'll go and buy a house in Coast or something if they build them there. So yeah, and you don't have to live there. You can rent it out. It's your house, you know.
I see.
So I always just tell people, try and work with the systems that are there. Soon enough, I'll be trying to do a story where I'm going to try and get therapy services and pay for it using SHA. And I'm going to see if it works. Because if it works, that means some of us, we just kick our feedback because we're like, this government... And we don't try and see what can actually, work.
I agree. And that's the way we test the system every single time if we are engaging. Because I remember one of my workmates, alikuwa anambia, after Baba died, one of the things that he did really well is that he kept testing whether Kenya can deal with election cases. Because he was always going back to court. Like, Supreme Court judge ilikuwa inabidi akwe rada every election year, and that's how you keep perfecting the system. Because seeing how law works, like they usually reference other cases. Like once we keep on doing it, so kama uko na shida, like you have to report. Like I know most of us, hata mi kuna time nilikoniwa like very recently na siku report. I feel bad because now these people will continue doing it. I've not contributed to the system because now whether they pick it up or not, like the authorities, I have to do my part. Go and wajue kuna hawa watu wanascamingi watu, and we have to see what system will deal with them. So yeah, I believe we need to
talk about it because I might say how I have a good experience, then you're like, oh well, me, this is what happened with me and SHA, but we'll never really know unless we, number one, try. And number two, share our experiences with each other.
Because it's reminded me, I don't know, I think there's one influencer who was talking about how SHA ilimsaidia and people actually came at her.
Murugi, I think so.
Not, there's Murugi and there's this, and she cooks.
Wengi wanapika. Kuna Kokobal, kuna Weribu Eats, kuna OWINO.
Alikuwa naitwa nani? Koku, asijui kama ni Koku ama
Koku Luanga.
I think, yeah. She was sharing how like SHA ilikuwa even like a smooth experience for her, and then many people came at her like it was a bad thing, like why you praising the government, mbona ina nini hivyo. Na niko actually people do have several, different experiences. Jukuna wenye actually SHA work for them. So ilikuwa so,
and it's not praising the government, you're just saying the thing
the
worked.
system is working.
It worked for me.
Imenikumbusha like this is mimi, I'm just curious to know the first time we interacted. I think
I knew you were gonna talk about it.
It was Densu because nilikuwa this time influencers walikuwa wameitwa and everything, like, and you were talking about it, and it was very valid of how it was really unfair. Kuna influencers wanakuja nalipwa, nyinyi mnateketwa, hakuna kitu, hata kulikuwa na contracts. What really happened? I can't even remember.
It was a while ago.
Paint a picture. I also don't remember.
You can't remember the Densu story?
I remember the scandal, but I remember seeing people complaining, but sikumbuki the detail of it, like why were they complaining and all that.
Wow. I've actually not relived this story like from beginning to end in a while. It's
Do
been
you
like
mind
a
or
year. No,
is
I
it-
don't mind.
Okay.
So actually, yes, that's how I first met BRIJO, because she did like a post about it, and I liked the way. Yes, she was siding with me, but it wasn't just like.
I was
siding
talking
with me.
from
She
both
was-
sides because
Yes,
I'm both a creator and I've worked with a brand, so I
Agency.
get both perspectives.
But
Yeah.
basically, okay, the red flags for me, and I kept saying it, that whole event, if you just met with me, you'd have known this girl is so pissed. Like, I was so pissed. So we arrived early. I don't remember what time it was, but before we got in, it was like 2 hours before we got in, and we were just standing in a line. Nothing.
What was the event about, by the way?
Okay, so I had applied. Oh yeah, so I had applied for the Dentsu School of Influence. I saw it being advertised everywhere. They even had billboards, right? Yeah, it was being advertised
campaign.
like crazy. And it's like a few lucky influencers will get the chance to like go through this training and nini. Think of it like America's Next Top Model or like something like X Factor or American Idol, but
I
for
see.
influencers. That's the vibe it was giving.
Okay, so there's a competitive part, and then the
Okay.
top people
Yes.
get
So they're
drills
like-
and mentorship or whatever.
Send your social media, fill out an application, and then come. And then you'll be shortlisted.
Yeah.
So I get a phone call. You've been selected for the next phase of the application. I was like, yeah, I was so excited. I even had something I was doing that day, so I canceled it.
Yeah.
And I went, and yeah, we were excited. A bunch of content creators, people were looking good. People were standing in line for 2 hours waiting to get in. Then before now, it's time to get in. There's like 2 documents that they're giving out. So one is a QR code and one is a contract. So the QR code is giving us our requirements. So they're like, okay, so for this interview process, it's going to be like a party, but you have to create content, something like 10 stories, one Instagram Reels, one TikTok, a whole bunch of things you need to do just for your application to be considered going
This
next.
was in the contract now. The contract you're being met with at the door.
That like at that moment, yes. So to enter, you sign the contract. You're given a wristband. You can now enter. I don't remember if that's
And the requirement to enter was you sign the contract.
Yes.
Hey.
So okay, the
Interesting.
contract is like, we're not paying you for any of this, fine. But then I look around, I'm like, all these brands are here. I'm not even gonna mention them, but all these big brands are here, and they have like booths with different activities. So in the contract, in the packet that they gave us, they're like, you have to use this hashtag, this hashtag, this hashtag. So to do some more research, I find out that Dentsu is an advertising agency, and all of these brands with booths here are Dentsu's clients. So when I zoom out, it looks to me like, okay, so you get a bunch of creators. We were like maybe 200 of us. You bring them to an event where there's all these Instagrammable booths.
for brands.
Tell them, for them to be considered for the next phase, they need to post all these things. And use all these hashtags and tag all these brands. There's no charging points around. There's no tripods. There's no microphones. There's no headphones. for
And
you
you
to
are
do
not
your
told them
editing.
before.
Yeah,
We
no,
didn't
not
know
told
before. Yet we are given all these requirements. So the whole thing just looked so weird. I just said it kind of seems extractive, to be honest, because you're getting these guys to do your work for you. If these brands, their numbers go up, that means you're doing your job. And you're using these people to do it. So that's how I exposed the whole thing. And I think if you watch the video, it made sense. It flowed.
It did.
Maybe people were
It did
like,
for
oh,
sure.
she's just clout chasing. I was just calling it as I saw it.
Yeah, 'cause I
and I
remember-
had way more to lose than to gain from that.
Because I remember also there was a strategist who was sharing your content and was saying that is part of your content as well.
Yes.
So it didn't make
Yeah,
sense.
I remember
to
that
me.
she's a whistleblower. She does whistleblowing content. I don't do
Yeah.
whistleblowing content. That was the only time I've actually called out a brand. That's actually what whistleblowing is. But before that, I will do like political education. That's not whistleblowing. What I do naturally. It's not whistleblowing. It's a bit different. I'm talking about things that are already there. If I talk about something like Pasaris. I did a video about Pasaris calling her out. That's not whistleblowing.
It's literally there.
Yes, it's right there.
Yeah.
Everybody has seen it. So what I'm doing is I'm just making a story out of it, you know. But whistleblowing was what I did with Densu. Like, it's almost investigative. You're taking something that people are not seeing, and you're blowing that whistle.
It up, yeah.
And I don't whistle blow. Hello, I love my life, you know. Yeah. I don't want to be abducted. That's how people get abducted. That's how people get in trouble. If you notice, I always talk about things that are already in the public domain. Yeah.
Oh, because it was so interesting, and it was unfortunate that most event creators didn't speak about it, or they didn't speak on it like
what happened when you got to the door? Like,
did you still do it, by the way? Like,
yeah,
most people signed.
I signed, but at that moment I decided I'm not gonna like post any of the content that I made that day, and so I just enjoyed the free bar, ate the food, chilled, got to meet new people.
What was the consequence if you didn't maybe post?
Like, now you wouldn't be like, you wouldn't go to the next level. Yes, and you wouldn't be part of the Densu School of Influence, basically.
Is it okay? I don't know whether this is a rumor or not. Is it true? Like, there's some, because I think there are big influencers as well. Like, there are also those upcoming and those that have been in the mass market. Like, were they paid? I
can't say whether it's true or false, but I also got so many of those DMs. But I can't say unless I have proof. But why not? You know, like, it makes sense, because many of the influencers that were there were like, I even saw someone post who was there that she never goes for such events without being paid. Like, influencer events, because yes, you call someone to your event, people see, they're like, oh my god, so and so is here. So there's normally like a rate card. They normally have a rate card.
Yeah, they have a rate card for influence appearance. I know that for sure. But it's crazy. I feel like maybe on the creator side, we tend to maybe not speak on these issues most of the times. Unapatanga too, like, we let it slide. There's so many brands zinaweza kuwa zinaku-exploit, but you will not find people having complain or anything. And actually, it's also because fear. There's that fear, because even when you speak on it, now when agencies come and talk together, they're like, uyu apana or anything.
Problematic.
So, ni problematic. And maybe you're just calling out and anything. So I think kunako kafia ya. Kuna most creators by the unaona mtu amefanya so much work, alafu kukuja kujoko nothing, like hakuna no compensation, because I feel like there's also that where you can work with a brand where you want to create a portfolio for yourself, of which there's nothing wrong with that, but then kuna ile nye you're doing so much work for something that kuna mwenye amefanya maybe even less and amepata so much money from that. Now I think that's where exploitation comes in, and not so many people are ready to talk about it. Yeah, so
but ni fear pia.
I think mostly ni hiyo fear too, because if maybe, but I think there's a space, I don't know, I think I've seen a podcast where for creatives, I don't know whether it's still there, it's called, I don't know, Creators on Creators. I think niliona. So I don't necessarily...
I've seen, it's a podcast.
I think, is it a show? Is it a podcast? Because I see the host mostly inviting maybe creators. They share their stories and everything. And maybe also maybe tips on how to get maybe brand deals and all. But I hope your space pia nile kwe a space where, because I feel like ata with that fear, the brand now will never change, because I'm telling you, brands set out a lot of money for influencer marketing.
Influencers get paid so little.
Especially if you, and it's hard to also know your worth, because imagine if I'm doing a video, mtu aniambie tu I'll pay you 50,000 to do one video. It doesn't even look like work to me, so I wouldn't see it as a big deal. But then maybe your budget was, you're supposed to be paid 150. They're not even going to tell you. So I think it's because I also feel like maybe influencer marketing is relatively new, and people like, because even on socials, people when they're creating videos and everything, haikuwa like a job, ama haikuwa you see something as work, you're just doing it for fun. But then right now you can actually commercialize it, and now it's easy, it's hard to know. So I hope we get to that
I think
space.
generally ni shida ya being in the creative economy sector. 'Cause most of the time creatives do things out of what they love. Like if I start painting and I'm painting every single day, it's because I truly love it.
I truly do.
And most of the time you take some time to get money off your creativity.
Yes,
so like
for sure.
most
All the
creatives are
time.
usually we are ready to pay the craft before it starts paying us.
Yes, for sure.
And given that it's born out of passion, it's so easy to be taken advantage of.
It
Exactly.
is.
And I think
it
that's the
is.
problem. But look, at Icon Man Eat Man, like other industries where someone got the money before they fully crafted what it is they were doing. So that's part of the problem that you have. At a CC, I can say for sure, it's by the time we know how to price our podcasting service. Like if someone wants to sponsor an episode, of course there are things that are easy, like your production costs, your transport costs, your meals. Those are easy to account for. But then there's like, how am I valuing my work? The fact that I'm sitting here to talk. I love talking. That's why I'm here. But then there's this other person who wants to pay for it. How much will I charge you to talk? For me to talk, nitakulipa, how much money is worth what I'm talking about? I think it's still something we are figuring out. Best way for us has been asking like our big brothers in other podcasts, like how much
and
do
they
you
don't
guys
get
charge?
keep. Apparently, actually, there are other creators who get keep.
Yeah.
We've had interactions with other creators, and they're like, "Me, I wanted to ask this creator, and I'm just like they're not even giving you like a concrete answer or something. You're like, the cake kama inetangwaje, the plate is too big, like mbona uone ni kama I'll come and take your spot. Like kuna hiyo issue ya creators pia get keep, and it's scary. Me, I'm grateful for the people maybe we've interacted with. They share openly, like this is what we do, this is what we charge. So even when we are maybe crafting our red card, and even as we are growing, we know we are not being exploited. We still, maybe unajua hata hiyo ni kidogo hiyo kwa red card tumeka.
So yeah, like,
never know. Who knows. I think the best approach yenye nakumbukanga nikisikiza kwa box akisema, like maybe if someone is reaching out to you, ask them their budget first. Like jua their budget, so that unaweza peana red card yako umefurahia. Because me, there's some content creators who sent me their red card. I'm like, girl, I genuinely reach out to them kumwambia ongeza.
It works because tourism towards their budgets. I can give you a very low amount, and then maybe that's when I'll do my rate card. But then if you charge 60K for a video and someone's budget, umeuliza budget yake aseme 30K. What conversation are we having after that? Will you now say, me, I charge 60K?
Now that's where you create room for negotiation. Like, I think inafika point enye brands literally, they just care about themselves most part. Maybe the creator side is, maybe if they're putting a creator in the team as well, who knows how like a creator works, like watakuwa empathy about, but they just want to see views, they just want awareness of their brand, so they wouldn't really care about that. But when you ask their budget, and if it's higher, you can see how to deal with your rate card. If it's lower, maybe yako iko juu na yao iko chini, that's where negotiation comes in. Because kuna wenye rate cards yao tumeona iko juu, but you really want to work with them, and then they're also open to negotiation.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. But we'll figure it out. There's something interesting Leona ulikuwa nasema recently, and it's about how people, I don't want to say want activists to suffer, but you should not look like you're making money from activism.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's one of the things I'd want us to talk about. The fact that we still punish Boni juu watoto wake alienda bruka.
Sasa surely.
Are we really doing this?
Yeah.
I feel like Boni is in a unique position because he is an individual. Whereas for many other, I don't know, it's mainly questionable when you see individuals in activism and they are traveling or they are being paid. So you ask, like, where does this person get their money from? That's why with me, it's very important for me to institutionalize. And that's why I'm forming an organization, because it makes it easier to just be transparent and all. But at the same time, I don't think it's fair to expect everybody to NGOize in a way, right? So actually, if in the case of Boni, if anybody, and this is what I said in the video, if anybody wants to know, still go and ask him. He'll actually tell you where he made all his money from. He will. There's many awards also that he's won, for example, that you get paid when you win. Like this, even this award that Kendrick Lamar won, the Pulitzer Prize, they pay good money. Like they don't just give you a trophy, they give you a lot of money because you won that award. So there's situations like that. Yes, activism and money. First, let me say, activism is not what I do. Never has been. Activism is who I am. Like I'm just like that, you know. And most of the time, it actually puts me out of most money making situations. Like even this conversation we were just having about brand deals. Like I really can't relate because I don't make that type of content that I don't know, Maybelline is gonna come and hit me up and be like, oh, can you do? No, they're not.
We're lipless when you say Ruto must go, you know.
They're gonna be like, no. So already, like, I don't operate in that kind of ecosystem. So already when I think about monetizing my content, like, it's hard, you know, to think about how to do that. And number two, it's like people don't want that because they're like, now they'll be like, because you make content that's civic, because you make content that's political, the minute I try to monetize that, it's like I'm trying to profit from the work. And it's like, actually, guys, I'm so, you know, I work like a dog day and night. I make no money. Like none. I don't have a job because I don't have time to have a job. And everywhere I go to apply for a job, people will, either if it has to be in civil society. Like, I've picked a lane because no corporate is gonna hire me. Yeah, they're just gonna look at my page and be like, yikes. You know, like,
no.
She's very problematic.
Yes, liability. So it's either I go and work in these organizations, and with the employment structure nowadays, or just in general, they really want to monopolize your time, you know. So you can be in a job and then your boss is just seeing you posting at lunchtime. It's like, what the you know, you're not, to them it's like you're not being focused, so you're already locked out of that. So I think we need to look at ways we can give activists money. They're doing a lot of work. Look at the work Kina Demba are doing right now. Monday, Tuesday, even on weekends, they're still doing Tuko Kadi. Even today is a Saturday, we are still going to do Tuko Kadi. You know, and they come home and they don't have something to eat for supper or whatever. So we need to really interrogate systems that we can sustainably actually fund. And also, I think also on the side of being impartial and neutral and all, even on the activist side, need to practice more transparency, you know. But also at the same time, people are so entitled. Why do you want my bank statements? See, the government is supposed to keep me compliant. Exactly. If they had a problem with it, they would have arrested me or something. So it's a balance, but but people
me,
want to see activists suffering.
In all honesty, I really don't have a problem with activists making money. Because we are all trying to feed ourselves. Kwanza wewe, you are an angel because you've decided your work will be to fight for us.
Most of
us are doing work. Okay, wacha nisiji point. Me, I'm doing work for you guys in my podcast. Most of you guys mnafanya kazi za kujilisha and just for the benefit of yourself. Like people who are doing things for the benefit of others should still make money.
And the level of risk, like especially that one for Boni, I'm like, there's actually no amount of money in the world that could pay him for the things he's been through. You know, like the level of risk, the things you have to see and deal with. There's actually no money that can compensate you for that. But are you able to at least take yourself to therapy if you need to talk to someone? Are you able to do that? You know, are you able to take care of your mom, you know, or anybody who is dependent on you? Many of my comrades, many of them have friends. Actually, you'll find I'm one of the youngest people have kids, not friends. You see how having kids is so out of my mind.
It's not.
But they have kids, like 2-3 kids. You know what? How does that impact their children as well? You don't know if mom is going to come home today. You don't know the last time you saw mom. She's busy working. You know. at least the least she can do is make sure her kid finishes school and all that. So yes, let's find ways of paying activists and without. And here's what I also said in that video. I said the question is never asked in good faith.
Yeah.
Instead of coming to where are you getting
unatoa ingekuwa maybe unatoa wapi pesa tuongeze kama ni kidogo, you know?
Do you have enough?
Yeah, do you have enough?
Thank
That
you.
should be the question.
And why don't we ask politicians like with the same
Where do you
angle?
get the money to
Where
drive
do you
that
get the
car?
money?
Where did Kwanzaa, someone go and ask Joho. I saw Joho being filmed by this guy who does these videos of cars on
Josh Oxy.
Yes.
Josh, yeah.
So Joho stops. He was driving like a really fancy car. I don't know much about cars, but it was really fancy, like limited edition. And I'm just like, guys, have we normalized this to the point where he stops, he gives the content creator money, like a wad of cash? I was like, and people in the comments are there like, wow, you know.
No.
Yeah, I think
And you
we've
never ask
normalized.
them the same question.
Question.
Yet when someone is doing Tuko Kadi, umetoa wapi t-shirt? Pesa ya kubai t-shirt
Iko
umetoa wapi?
wapi? Kwani nafaa kukaaje?
T-shirt. How much is a t-shirt, surely, guys?
Damn, like it's crazy. Nimesahau kitu nilikuwa nataka kusema. It has
nakumbuka yangu vile umesema how like activists need to feed their families. I'm currently reading Nelson Mandela's
Ujamaliza bro, tangu man.
Logbook to Freedom, like that man had so much to say. It's a long book, like it's this thick.
It is.
I've not read a book this thick in a while. Like naiped hadi niko nasoma tukienda Rwanda.
Nakumbuka
niko page like 400.
Okay.
It's still going on. 900 and something like. But sasa sahi he's in court, like where I am. He's in court for treasonous crime. Like he's just about to be arrested. And of course hata sahi hajui that he's going to spend years and years in prison. But then there's the last chapter I was reading, he's talking about how the life he chose for political activism and everything had really cost his family.
Yeah.
So bibi yake Nelson Mandela's first wife anaitwa Evelyn. Winnie came.
Oh.
Evelyn.
Okay. A man has names.
Let me tell you what's fun. Evelyn ameingia Jehovah's Witness. Ameokoka, like she's so passive about everything. Nile God ata provide, God ata protect by the will of God. And so Nelson Mandela is saying how she's my wife nampenda, but she's too passive with things. Because now when you look at the flip side, Nelson mtu ana believe we can make change right now. Let us go to the street, let us protest, let us look at that law, what can be changed, versus someone who's God will do it is the will, watch out a handle. And so say already there's a rift in terms of ideologies. Na huyu anamsomeanga booklets za unajua Jehovah's Witness wanakonga mepublish vitu mingi, like kuna magazine brochure kitabu kila kitu about how Jesus
with highlighters.
So anamsomea. But then also another painful bit is that he's really falling out with his kids. Because he does not have time to even like when you're doing the work for the nation, like it's day nights. He's organizing protests, he's organizing his party for watu wanashikwa all the time. So like he has to really put himself out, and his kids are not even feeling. Na alikuwa na 3 kids with that first wife.
Damn.
So yeah, like also reading through that book unaona vile watu wanajitoleanga. I know this whole time there were many South Africans that were there, but not everyone chose to fight for the struggle. And he still did. So I'll keep you updated. He's about to go into prison. I did feel vibaya because now just trying to understand, like I'd really want to go to South Africa with that context. The book is that thick because he's describing things a lot. I think alipata watu walikuwa namuuliza the very right questions. Like how was it growing up? Describe the mountains, the trees. So like it's sort of sitting in my mind. I'd want to now start seeing things and connecting.
Okay.
So South Africa, I'm coming.
Very
nasoma
good.
kitabu in preparation.
Way.
Yeah, but activists, me, I respect their work. I respect their
So
work.
cool.
I feel as a quitter, me, this is a lot of work. I don't think I would have persevered. Like, the people are against you. Like, is my backlash. Like,
There's a lot of propaganda.
yeah.
around
Have
your
you
work.
gotten like scary messages? So far, so good. Or it's not something to share?
I've gotten a scary phone call.
No.
Yeah. But what I would say is this. Everybody's activism is different. And I'm a big proponent of everybody should take part how they can. You know? I'm a mentee of Bonnie's, but my activism is very different from his.
what
Yeah.
And it only took me working under Bonnie to be like, because number one, I'm a woman, and I feel like as women we have a very different sense of danger than men.
Yes, for
Many
sure.
of my comrades who are men, like they're okay, like they're very frontline, they run fast into danger, whereas more of us will maybe ask a few more questions first. Is it safe?
Yeah.
You know, like,
what's going to happen to me?
Yes, how
that's
is
so
it
true.
okay? You know,
Tuko very cautious.
Yes,
Very.
and actually, that's a strength in its own way. Because who's even gonna think about the guys? Who's gonna think about where are they going to run to if they need to run?
Yeah.
Who's gonna think about who's going to, meet them at the hospital in case of anything, because there's nobody to help them get through the process, or like most of the time you'll find women doing that. So even when you say you're a quitter, I've been through that that I've quit, but like quit in certain ways. I've said I've had to restructure. What does being in the movement look like to me personally? And it's been such a powerful journey, just me and my mic and my opinions, and just interacting with people, getting to work with people in the back end. And I'm still on the way figuring that out, especially now that I'm NGOizing. Like, what can my organization do for people? Because we are called the Next Up Network.
Okay.
And the whole idea was, if something happens to me maybe 5 years from today, like I get in some freakish border accident, and there's nobody with Tatiana Gicheru's page posting as Tatiana Gicheru, what continues?
What lives beyond you?
Yes, what goes beyond me? What exists outside of me? And so it's been such a powerful journey to figure out what that looks like for me. So your activism might not be being the first person in Mandamano at the very front, shouting at the police, or like Shakira, or like pulling off the police's mask. That might not be your activism. Maybe your activism is trying to convince your parents against voting two-term. Maybe
in
that's
case
what
they are.
like, don't come at them, please. They
The
Arizona Billy production.
activism sisi wewe uko tutam.
Unaona
Kuna kazi ya kufanywa.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's activism can look different. Yeah.
Okay, one last thing maybe. I was having a conversation with someone, like an older person, and kuna like thought process may generalize after that interaction. They're like, oh, you GenZs are just angry. Like, Ruto is actually doing a good
we are
job.
angry as fuck.
Yeah, they're just like, you guys
Or
are
they
just
believe
putting...
Ruto is doing work.
Yeah, they believe Ruto is doing work, and they're like, you guys are just emotional. But when you look at it, it's actually made things better.
Okay. What was the argument?
I was like, in terms of in terms of economy, at economy too, actually it's better from his regime. And I was like, it didn't make sense to me. And then akili yangu shut down. I wasn't even listening, because I'm like, no.
Okay.
No. In terms of businesses as well. But then again, when I analyze, I'm like, maybe this person is talking because maybe he's benefiting from it. Like, for someone who's supporting Ruto, I'm not going to lie, they are really benefiting from it. As we're angry because so many things are working against us.
Yes.
And like, we just want a better Kenya for ourselves. So I was like, I genuinely feel like you are speaking from a point of privilege, because when you unafanya hizi mambo, they're working for you. And that's even I'm sorry to say I don't know, but even for people who are supporting them, there's something they're benefiting for sure. That's it. That is what I'm thinking. Yeah, because ilikuwa very scary. I was like, not scary, it was just shocking that
but
not everyone wants him to go home.
You know, whether we like it or not, things he's doing, whether good or bad, are benefiting someone.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Those people will be on their side. Like on the other side, okay, just depends on how you want to look at it. We'll complain that 17 billion has been whatever for State House. But then there's also people in his campaign team who know to shall lock in pesa za campaign from this saga, because I don't believe there's any other reason you're renovating State House in your 4th year. You're getting money for something. So it's benefiting, like for real. It's who is looking at it.
There's actually a lot of people that I've heard from the 2-term side that I know directly benefit from the regime being in power. And unfortunately, that's how the Kenyan system is, because the government has very long arms and very deep pockets. So Ruto's money is touching very many people.
Lives. Exactly.
But all I'll say is this: in terms of human rights, in terms of the impunity, in terms of the people who have died, the people who have been abducted, the people who have disappeared and never come back, the people who are not vouched for when they were being tortured in other countries, that Ruto never cared about them. In terms of even this economy, right now living in Kenya is hard. Like for most people it is. And we can't talk about, I really disagree with viewing countries' wealth in form of, for example, GDP. I think it's important to find out what are the realities like for people on the ground. Someone like me, I have a lot of trouble registering an organization. Why? Because I am political. So you see, like businesses, your business is doing well, maybe because you're doing construction and whatever. Because this guy really likes mjengo, by the way. Oh, don't even get me started on the environment. This guy has come for Karura Forest. This guy has come for Mau Forest. This guy has come for Nairobi National Park. You know, coming on the basis of, I'm a zoologist. You know, I really, what 2-term? I don't know.
Judging.
I don't know. Yeah, I really am. Like, where were you in 2024 especially? You know, actually in an ideal setting, we would have dealt with Ruto then and there. Like, we wouldn't even be having this 2-term conversation. Let me remind you guys that in October 2024, there was a bill introduced to Parliament to extend the term limits of the presidency
to 7 years.
To 7 years. So you want to elect this guy so that he never leaves office, and he won't. He won't. Like, by the time you can introduce such an audacious bill into Parliament, you know what I'm saying? I think it's really... And what have they really done since they've come in office? Right now, we see rains in Nairobi. We start getting goosebumps because people die, so many of them. And it's not the first time. Even in 2024, there was crazy flooding.
There was, for sure.
Crazy flooding. The corruption, you're telling me 11 billion in SHA. This government, they're not doing anything. This guy has switched up his cabinet like 5 times since they got into power. So he's just rotating around people who are serving his interests as opposed to people who are actually able to do the job. Because what do you mean? Yesterday you're in tourism, today you're in interior, tomorrow
Who are you?
That means you don't know anything.
You don't know anything.
You can't specialize even on one thing. Because personally right now, if you take me to become a cabinet minister of a blue economy, I'll look at you like, what? I don't know anything about that. Even if you take me to be a minister of health, Tatiana, come and be the minister of health. Oh my gosh, I'm going to kill people. I don't know anything about...
I'll just approve things that I don't even know about.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. There's so much about this government. And for now, I think we've been so focused on, like, Tuko Kadi, take your voters' cards. And I kept saying, like, that's a conversation now that's pending. Now, after... you've registered to vote, now let's have a conversation.
Because I think that's what I'm doing as well. Because I'm like, I think I try to keep an open mind with that conversation, and I'm like, do I actually have knowledge? Ama mimi knowledge yangu inakuanga tu ya social media. Ndasikia kenye umesema na hivyo tu ndio nitaenda niko, maybe this is a wake up call for me to also do research too. What do I actually want? Because I don't want to be the neutral person, but maybe both sides could be correct. But I don't know, because mimi ile information nimepewa tu hapa ma enye consume on media, that's it, and I don't even go and do my research further.
Actually, on that, what we are building with Next Up Network is a credible place for young people who consume digital fast content to come and get the information that they need. Because we realize that we don't, first of all, I wouldn't recommend people to watch traditional media anymore.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say, I love Janet Mbogwa so much. She's a mentor of mine and someone who I admire. And when I saw her exit NTV, I knew the reason.
Yeah.
Okay, it's very much speculation, but guys, NTV was acquired 54%. This Ruto that you want to vote for is trying to silence us. He's bought off NTV. Citizen has already started. During Mandamano, was it in June 2025? This guy came to try and shut down the media. The Communications Authority of Kenya went and actually shut down the media. I promise you, in 2027, if things don't go his way, he'll shut down the internet. And that's the kind of guy you want to vote for? A guy who would shut down the internet? Guys, no. So Next Up Network, we are creating a credible platform for people to come and get civic education, get news, get that's not legacy media, that's still digital fast, and led by young people, for young people. We are starting shooting on Tuesday for our podcast. It's called the Siasa Pod.
Thank you. Congratulations. You're making moves. I'm really proud of you. Like that's such a... You're only like literally getting out of your comfort zone, kabisa. Like, you're really doing a good job.
I'm so nervous.
You're gonna make it. You have our support 100%. Anything, hit us up. We're going to support for sure. But
thank you, guys.
This is so beautiful, Manze. I mean, I'm so proud of you. And at pain and inspire, I really need to know. Like, I'm this person who tends not to have like a lot of political conversations, because nile niko, nita contribute nini hapa sielewi. But then again, when you come to understand, and then when it affects you, ndio way. I really have to know
you
these
can't
things.
take a backseat.
You can't take a backseat like this. Like it's even so beautiful to even see the way my sister's like, hey, my sister, BRIJO, let's go vote. Let's do this. We will have at home. There's a time we'll just sit and debrief about politics.
And it's affect. Like, mina kuka the first time pay slip yangu ili reflect nimekatwa housing levy. Nilele nikasoma. I need to know what you're doing now.
Actually,
because what the hell are we doing? Why has my salary now decreased?
Hey,
but we need to know what
me kwanza by the iliniuma kuna salon ilikuwa nalipo enye 20,000 inaenda kwa government. Mi nabaki like 20 every month. From my salary.
Like, where are the services to show for it also?
Like, I was so bitter, man. Every single time unaona 20,000 imeenda alafu unabaki na derine. Inabidi tu umejua. Must go for real, because this is crazy work.
Taxes.
Taxes zinauma.
They are painful.
They are painful. They are painful.
Oh, and by the way, e-teams.
Haifanyi.
Why would you create a system that I have to use it so that I can get my money, and it doesn't work?
It doesn't work.
2 days now. This is
working.
day 2. I've been trying to get my invoice, and it's not like I've not done it before, but the system is down, the website is down, the *222# down. So I'm just supposed to stay hungry or what? Because I cannot be paid for my services until I raise an e-teams invoice. So the least you can do is make sure it works.
I don't know if you've ever gone to like a restaurant or so. At least like time because where I work, we have to have e-teams. Like, we have to be tax compliant. So even when you're going to a restaurant and you're paying on the using the company's card, mtangoja items hapo. In fact, itisha milkshake ingine mkingoja hiyo receipt. And it's not on the restaurant's fault. They'll give you their own receipt, like the normal one yenye tunapatanga. But then if you request for the items one, you have to wait longer.
Yes, so make it if you're going to force people to use it, make it
efficient for sure.
People, we are using it. We are forced.
Like, it's been such a headache for me with that e-teams.
Okay, I'm really praying for better Kenya. Like, there's no way we are growing up to unanunua vitu 1,000. That thing pisses me off for it. Like, guy, things are so expensive everywhere. Like,
and that is citizen pay bill.
It's not working.
Whose is it?
Oh.
watu watuta mchekeni kabisa.
Ni watu watuta.
Like, how do you have a pay bill for all the services you need to get your anything as a nation, to register a business, to apply for an ID, to apply for a passport? One pay bill. Whose pay bill is it? Until now, nobody has answered whose pay bill it is. So that means probably Ruto akona simu somewhere every day, just
Imagine vile inalia.
So limit yake hata ni more than limit ya M-Pesa na kwanga 400.
That one he has his own arrangement.
Anaangalia per day.
Allegedly.
Cut this mic before I get myself abducted.
But this has been a nice
it has. I hope you guys have learned, and I hope mko Kadi. Like, I genuinely hope mko Kadi.
Sasa nataka we have it again, like time presidential aspirants, and like we already have concrete
people.
Like,
so
tunakuja hapa kuchambua manifestos.
Yeah, for sure.
And we're calling you, like, for us to just know.
For sure.
Not to give our
like
opinion,
fun.
but for us to like go, is this person doing what
We'll collab the podcast.
Yes, listen,
that's
support
the
for
next
sure.
time we have
Yeah. That can work. Inaweza kuwa very educative. Hata mtu akiwatch ako, okay, I now know. But hopefully hizo manifesto zinaweza kuwa zimekukiwa vizuri, alafu
nowadays I don't even care for manifesto. It's just manifesto is just something, they say. I feel like the best thing we can do is now look at someone's track record as opposed to looking at their promises. Someone is coming telling you they'll take you to Singapore. You're in Kenya, my friend.
Why do I want to go to Singapore?
Why are we going to Singapore to do what?
But that's a good point, because we now look at someone's track record versus what they are promising. Zinaendana ama inaka vile tulipromisiwa tablets na Uhuru. You remember that time? Class 1 kids walikuwa
tablets hawakupewa.
No. Chapatis.
Sasa
kulikuwa 1 million kanini ya chapo. Hata Ruto alikuwa reduce gas to 500 bob.
Well, endeleeni kucheka. I hope mnasikia hizi mambo. But yeah, this was so fun. I hope we're going to have it again. And please Twitter your pod. Kama unataka promotion, please tell us once imekuja. Like, imekuwa so nice. Yeah, we are here
hopefully
to support.
We will launch by July latest. But we are hoping.
But the YouTube page itakuwa. So you're shooting Tuesday?
Yes. Okay. So we just want to make sure we have like enough episodes so that we post every week.
Okay.
How you shoot first and then we start posting.
Yes.
So that we are not inconsistent. So excited. We have a really good season list.
Okay, nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I'm rooting for you here. Always
thank you for the cake. I had come without eating and they gave me snacks and soda.
We are feeders.
We are sweet girls. Hata maji amekunywa, ako hydrated.
Kama unataka next time tutaleta the veggies and fruits.
We'll be
samosas. Utatuambia tu menu, whatever you want, we'll just bring it here. Yeah, thank you so much. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope you have learned. I hope uko Kadi. You're lucky you're now my friend because you have voters.
We only had a 1 day difference, or a 2 day difference.
Please, I felt special. I felt included. Unajua niko na natoka Kadi nasikia tu gaya yake.
Mimi nilikuwa nadanganya. But nilikuwa na jonta kwa Kadi. Usinipige ngumi.
Please. Finally, I'm confident now. I love myself more. But yeah, I hope you guys may enjoy. Please subscribe, like, share, comment. And mtuambie your opinions from all you have seen here.
And questions you'd want us to
and questions too, so that we can do like another episode. Very soon. So yeah, kuna anything to say before we finish?
Follow me at Tatiana Gicheru. I'm active on TikTok and Instagram. And even sometimes X.
I
fear that place. Wow.
I fear that place.
On X, I'm just a ghost.
Yeah. So post on Facebook as well.
Okay, I'll get on it.
I mean,
sasa ndo utapata two-term members wengi.
Two-term members watakama tu batuko tu.
Yes. I'm telling you, by the time it's 2027, we'll have converted you.
Yes. Na bado.
And if we've not converted you, we are stealing your documents and hiding them.
I'm waiting to vote.
Na tunajua bali mnaishi.
Tunajua Billy.
Kitaka sivota logana.
Unajua?
Logana.
Tutawapata. Anyway, with that, tutasema tu by 3, 2, 1.
Gurudumu lidumu.
Oh, like that's our outro. Gurudumu lidumu, because our podcast Gurudumu la Maisha, so Gurudumu lidumu. In mambo ya OWINO, but hey, in 3,
we don't have to say it together. It's my thing.
In 3, 2, 1, Gurudumu lidumu. One time.